Right, so we are going left, and yes, this is a right-handed driving bay, um, and I am now attempting to play left-handed. So I've got that wrong right from the very start. Habits die hard. Right, so I'm down at the range, and I'm going to play a little bit of Top Tracer. Top Tracer is a fantastic tool that allows you to play virtual golf at the driving range and get your driving range practice to be a little bit closer to the real thing. Because driving ranges lull you into a false sense of ability. You can stand there on the range hitting shots after shot after shot, and eventually your own ability to react will kick in and you'll start making minute adjustments and finally start hitting the target. The reason why you can never take your driving range game to the golf course, I mean, most people, I mean, I was the classic Ranger Rick. I'd go to the driving range, I'd have it absolutely striping on the driving range and go on the golf course very next day or even within the next 10 minutes and just play rubbish because you don't have that ability to allow your body to react to what you need to do to hit target, unless you're doing what I'm doing here, which is actually concentrating on the only absolute in the golf swing, club face, okay? Because the golf ball will go wherever the club face tells it to. So unless your focus is on the club face and how you want it to interact with the ball, you really are just hoping. It's just pot luck whether or not the movements you've made are actually going to replicate what you need to do. It's been proven, and the study's been proven, and this information's out there if you want to do a bit of good old-fashioned research. Your body will react to whatever the club face is doing. So why don't we get our mind onto that and then allow our bodies to react properly? That way you'll actually start making some better movements rather than having to try and force those movements to happen. If you haven't seen my video on Become Your Own Swing Coach, yeah, that explains it a little bit more and then a bit more detail. Okay, so I finally made it to the green on this hole, yeah, now it's probably a question of how you putt on this thing. But this is the great thing, is that you just turn, instead of putting, which obviously you're not going to do, you're now chipping into a target in front of you, depending on how close you get it to and how many shots you've taken, depends on what the score is. So yeah, as you can see, first hole done +4. First ever hole left-handed. Right, on to the next hole, and it's just working down through the procedure here. But it was really nice is actually, as I started to really get sort of more confident, control of it, I was able to actually start getting the ball to do what I wanted it to do. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it every single time. That's what practice is. Practice is being able to be able to achieve what you're looking to achieve. But having the intention and the understanding in the first place is half the battle. And when you're out on the course as well, it means you can start playing golf rather than just this golf swing that everyone's kind of like into at the moment. It's because golf, at the end of the day, is bat and ball, just like tennis or any other, hitting an object. And this is the bit that I can never get my head around. How is it easier to hit a moving target, i.e. a tennis ball, with a tennis racket, than it is to hit a static ball on the floor with a golf club? Just think about that for a second. And it's all due to the fact we've got too much time. We've got too much time standing there over the ball to think about what we need to do. In every other sport, you react to what it is you're trying to achieve. You react to the target. Whereas in golf, we're trying to make these picture-perfect golf swings in the hope that they will create the shot we want it to. Whereas the only way of creating that shot is to actually create it. Now, that can be just as good old-fashioned hand-eye coordination as any other tennis, cricket, baseball, or any other bat and ball sport. I mean, I'm playing left-handed here. I've got no hand-eye coordination left-handed here, but yet still I'm visualising what I'm trying to achieve. And yeah, I'm not being able to achieve it every single time, but I'm still setting out to do that because I know that with a bit of practice, I'm going to be able to do this. Because at the end of the day, we are humans, we're not robots. We're made up of tendons, muscles, emotions, thoughts and feelings. We're not able to replicate the same move over and over again like we're told we can. It's been proven that's not possible. So why are we standing there trying to continually hit the same shot on the driving range? Why are we standing there trying to see, like, pick a target and I'm going to hit 10 shots, 20 shots at that target? That is completely useless and genuinely a waste of time. Because yeah, you're, like I said at the beginning, your body will start to make compensations. Your brain will start to realise that, well, hang on a minute, I'm hanging these out to the right. You know, I need to maybe start getting my club face a bit more closed. You'll start to think like that and start to actually change the manoeuvres you're doing to compensate. And then you start hitting target and you feel a bit more confident. You think this is great, but that's not golf. You get one shot at golf. You stand over it and you've got one shot to perform what you need to perform. Perform the ball to do what you need to do in that one shot. And I think this is kind of where we've all got a bit lost with it. This is where we've been sucked into kind of seeing, now we can see with the slow motion capture, we can see all these beautiful swings, and then we want ours to look like that and we think we need them to look like that. But yeah, I think I'll demonstrate this right now. Boom. Now I'm not thinking really about technique at all. I'm just thinking about what I want the ball to do with that. And here am I with my left-handed uncoordinated swing. I'm still managed to be able to find target, doing a little chip with a 7-iron to a 40-yard target. I mean, come on, people. We're making this so hard. I mean, look at this, right? Okay, this is a great example on this hole. I've got a wide as hell fairway to aim at. Okay, I'm not trying to be absolutely pin perfect here. I'm just trying to get the ball in play. And then in this shot here, you know, I've got water to carry over. I'm not going to make that carry. I'm not confident to make that carry. So I'm going to aim over to the side, and now I've got way more room to aim at. So it's all about aiming for big targets. And then with this as well, now I can make a much more confident swing because I know that I'm kind of playing away from the trouble. So even if I did push it out a bit, I've still got plenty of room. And then it's putting these confident swings on it. This is what golf is about. It's about avoiding the danger, putting confident swings on it and getting the ball to do what you want it to do. That's pretty much it really. And then it's just practice, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Now doesn't that sound like pretty much every other sport we play? Why is golf any different? Why are we making golf into this... It's this weird kind of crazy thing that we think that golf is the perception of it being so hard, and it's almost like we want to protect that. We like it, we want it to be hard. It's like this elitist thing of being good at golf means it's because golf is so hard. Golf is hard because of all the variables involved. There is very little you can actually control in a round of golf. The only thing you can really control is essentially your decision making. Which is why making better decisions is actually the quickest way to lowering your scores. Everyone thinks I need to hit it further, I need to get better at my drive, I need to work on my chipping and my putting, I need to do this, I need to do that. Well actually, if you just simplified everything right down to just as easy as you can possibly make the next shot and think of it like that, you'll be surprised of how quick and how much better your scores will be, and you'll realise just the point I'm trying to make here is that we are making golf harder than it needs to be. So if you look at what I'm doing here, I'm basically just hitting the ball towards the hole, and then I'll hit it again towards the hole until it's close enough to get it in the hole. That's golf. That's it. Just think how much easier could you make the game on yourself. One of the greatest things about golf is the handicap system, which allows better players to play a competitive match against less skilled players. But yet the comedy of it is that the less skilled players are making the game so much harder for themselves by trying to compete on the same level. Yet the whole point of the handicap system is it allows you to have extra shots, so you don't have to compete and take on the same shots as your playing partner. If you've got a shot on that hole over that person and you're standing there and you're trying to play shot for shot against them, you have completely missed the point of what the handicap system's for. I only figured this out when I played in a competition. It was when I awarded my first ever handicap of 16. And I was standing on my first tee and I watched everybody tee off before me, from everything from the lowest handicapper in the club at 2 to the highest handicapper in the club, and every single person hit driver off the first tee. And the amount of balls that landed on the fairway there weren't many, put it that way. And I just sat there thinking, as I was waiting, I was in the last group thinking, hang on a minute, I got a shot on this hole. What's the point of risking slapping it out of bounds? I can easily get to this hole in 3 shots. It was a par 4. So I did. Took an iron off the tee, put it in play, put an iron into to a good layup spot, hit it onto the green, shaved the hole with my first putt, tapped in for my second putt for a bogey 5, net 4, 2 points, move on to the next hole. I won my first ever competition, my first ever club competition with 38 points. I was then runner-up in my second club competition when I realised that I got a handicap cut and I didn't get the 16 shots anymore, but I still made sure that on the holes that that were danger holes, I made sure I used my shots. And it was just an absolute eye-opener of how much harder I was making that golf course. Trying to play it in the kind of more traditional way of driver off the tee, or trying to hit it as far as I possibly could off the tee, then trying to hit the green in regulation. So try this when you go out there, and it gives you a perfect platform to kind of realise the level of where you're at. Go out there, just try and shoot your handicap. Just try and shoot around your handicap, and you'll be surprised of how close, or if not how much lower you go from it. You know, this is more aimed at the higher handicappers than the lower handicappers. You know, the guys that are playing off of, you know, low single figures, they don't really worry about their handicap anymore. They're just trying to shoot as low as they possibly can. This is for people, you know, with 12 shots plus, should we say, that this is particularly angled at. But if you are in that category, and you probably are if you're watching my videos, then yeah, go out, try and shoot your handicap. You know, mark on your scorecard the holes you know, change on your scorecard the actual par to what it is for your par and your scorecard, and try and make that par. And then progress from there. Once you get lower than that, you'll, you know, knock off that hole. So if you started off with, should we say, there's 18 shots, you then go down to maybe oh sorry, just absolutely nutted that one. That's like the furthest carry so far. Yeah, and if you start at 18 handicap, then you maybe get down to 17, 16, something like that, and then it will be, right, well, I get on 16 of the holes, so I don't get shots on 2 of the holes on the golf course. So, you know, those ones are usually going to be those ones are going to be the easier holes on the golf course to play. So, you know, you'll realise that golf is actually designed for you in that way. There's harder holes, and those ones we need to defend against, and there's easier holes, and those ones we need to attack on. Start thinking it like that, and you'll realise that, yeah, like I said, golf is a little bit easier than you think it might be. Right, so there you go, my first ever left-handed virtual golf. Right, let's send my wife how she gets on. Put a grip on your handle now, so if you just make a few just little swings like that, just twist it in your hand around like that, and if you just sort of close your eyes a second while you're doing that, you should give you an idea of, because you can feel the flat bit on the top. When the flat bit's pointing straight up between your fingers, so obviously that means the club face is where you want it to be. Okay, so if you turn it, yep, that's open. Now turn it the other way, that's closed. Okay, so we can then use that. So if I say close the club face, you're going to twist it. Yep, and if I say open it, you're going to twist the other way. Okay, to hit that ball, if you now put the club behind the ball a second, okay, and now push your hand forward, okay. That's actually how we want to hit the ball, because there's too much loft on that club. So if you, from that position, just take a little swing backwards, and just a little swing forwards, just a little half swing. Right, so another one come up. This time actually just up, there, okay, just there, okay. So just push your hands forward again. That's it, and then just don't stay on your front foot, and just take it back a little bit. Yeah, and then just push it forward. There we go. Ball goes in the air. We don't have to try and get it in the air. The club designer's already done that for us. Try that again. Push it forward. And take the club back a little bit. There we go. If you do that with that one, same thing.
Look at that. Ball's gone in the air. Right. So this is probably going to be too much lofty at the moment. Right, so we're going to do this again now, and I want you to, just what we just done right there, so you're going to go, put your weight on the front foot, okay, and now you're going to make a little bit more of a swing. Ball's popping up nicely now. We're nearly at that target. Okay, well you just hit 5 points on that target. Okay. Easy peasy. I want you to sort of waggle the club around over the ball. You can kind of feel how it's going to move through the ball. Get a bit kind of dynamic about it. That's what, you know, you can actually get your feet about a bit. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now I step back a little bit. Away from the ball. Now make a dip. The same thing motion, but make a bigger swing. Keep going, all the way up. There we go. Try not that little black tee, you're not trying to hit the ball. Better. There we go. So now we're going to got more going that way. Let's see if we can get like 3 of those going over to them. Good. Good. One more that way. Okay, that's 3 going that way now. Okay, so now the next 3, yeah, you got it, you can try and do the other way. Now what you're doing right now, you're standing completely square. Okay, you can stand any direction you want to feel comfortable to be able to do the move you want to do. Brilliant. We actually, that one's going that way now. I want it to do that. I want it to go left and right, basically. Yeah, you got it. Lovely. Right, 3 of those. 2 more of those. Brilliant. One more. Cool. Right. How many have we got left in those? Okay, that's cool. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try it the other way again. So we're going to go close to club face, and you're going to hit it out to the left. Brilliant. That's good. You won't get as much height doing this way because there's less loft on that club now. You turn the loft down. Brilliant. Okay, now 3 the other way. So what you're doing right now, without even realising it, you're actually teaching yourself club face control. Good, good. That's what I want to see. I want to see extreme right, extreme left. Yeah, she's doing good, isn't she? She's doing real good. Really good. Oh, look at that. Got the block shot down. Is that 3? I think so. We'll hit one more like that. Right. Now we're going to go the other way. That's okay. Brilliant. Absolutely love that. So you can just swat it round to that yellow colour target. Love it. Okay, one more of those. Right, now, okay, just for this next one, okay, that yellow, let's aim for that red target right in front of you, okay? Now you know what closed and open feels like. Brilliant. Okay, so let's see if you can adjust to see if you can hit that target. So so move around, because where did that ball go? Oh, hit it. Oh, one of those, oh, one of those. 2 swings, that's it. Pretty good. Online. Hit that green 3 times in a row. I've asked you to hit that flag and you hit that green 3 times in a row. 4 times in a row. I reckon there's probably guys down here that would kill to be able to do that.
Done.
Good job.